it is an honor, really, to introduce the man of the hour, our mayor, Stephen Fuller.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please take a seat. Thank you. Good evening. I must admit, tonight is a little bit nostalgic for me as I deliver my final State of the City address. It's hard to believe that the video you just saw from my inauguration was nearly 12 years ago. Life has changed quite a bit for me personally since that day. I married my amazing wife. I welcomed 3 children into our family. I had 3 elections for mayor, and so much more. In many ways, I feel like I've grown up in front of you, starting as a councilman at 26 years old and evolving into who I am today. Over the past 12 years, we have faced together tremendous challenges. We navigated a global pandemic. We endured the largest cut ever imposed by Trenton to any municipality with regards to aid. We weathered hurricanes like Irene in 2021. We experienced a mass shooting that fractured parts of the city. We confronted transit reductions. And of course, an administration in Washington that was not always friendly to cities like Jersey City. Through it all, we faced these obstacles head on, and we grew stronger as a city together. That video you just saw was from July 1st, 2013. It was my first speech as mayor of this great city, where I vowed to revive Jersey City as one united community thriving together. That day, I promised to help realize the potential in forgotten neighborhoods and to be a leader in both policy and action. This fundamental commitment has driven every decision, every investment, and every policy that we've made over the last 12 years. At the time, I offered one guarantee. I said we would be honest and we would be competent. Tonight, I'm proud to say that we've not only kept that promise, but we built a Jersey City that is thriving, inclusive, and still very much on the rise. 12 years later, I stand before you filled with immense pride as we reflect on the incredible progress we've made together. Occasionally, some people try to argue that this all would have happened in Jersey City regardless. After all, I hear it all the time. We're only 3 miles away from the most important city in the world. And when they say that, my response is always the exact same. I say Jersey City has been 3 miles from New York City for 250 years, but only the last 12 years has been different. We've grown Jersey City as a model of urban success. As the most densely populated city in the most densely populated state, we're achieving unprecedented growth through thoughtful policy and collaboration. Before we look back on this journey, I do want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone here and those watching at home. Everything we've achieved so far is because of you and your partnerships. First, I want to thank my family. To my incredible wife, Jacqueline, I wouldn't be here without you and your unwavering support. Thank you. To Jackson, Stassi, and Sage, you've taught me patience, understanding, how to be a better person. I'm grateful that you guys get to see your dad here in this role because it shows that if I can accomplish this, really anybody can accomplish this. I want to say a special thanks to our council members. Your leadership has been absolutely instrumental in everything that we've done to meet the diverse needs of our residents. I've been working with some of you now for over a decade. And yes, we fight, we squabble, we agree, we disagree, but you should know I'm always thankful for all that you do as partners. You've pushed me to be a better mayor, and hopefully you feel I've compelled you as well to be more effective as a council person. And I'd ask you all to please stand and turn around to get the credit that you guys deserve. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to my Chief of Staff, John Manella, and my Business Administrator, John Metro. They've been with me for their beginning, and their leadership is unprecedented. They've been absolutely instrumental in driving our agenda for the vision for Jersey City, and I want them to please stand in this final State of the City address. And to our team here, our administration, our department directors, and the over 3,000 city employees, thank you for putting our bold ideas into action. Your tireless dedication has made all the difference, and I just want to say here, thank you for that. And I think I got one more. And to the residents of Jersey City, your trust, resilience, pride inspires our administration every day. Together, we have elevated our city to really unprecedented heights. And I just want to take this opportunity to say a heartfelt thank you. Okay. So tonight, I really want to focus on following through on promises. Evidence of our progress is really visible everywhere. We're one of the great Renaissance stories in the country. Some of you grew up here, and you can remember when people would choose to leave the city as a sign of their success. They made it when they left. Who would have imagined a day like today exists, where people clamor and aspire to call Jersey City home as a definition of their success? The exact opposite. People are expressing their approval through their actions, which leads me to the conversation of economic development and building housing that is affordable. Jersey City has become the state's economic backbone. We've driven unprecedented growth through unmatched housing development. We're attracting businesses and driving tax revenue, and we're easing the financial pressures for our residents. In 2013, if you remember, development was only concentrated in one area of the city, along the waterfront. From the very start, we set out to do something different. Our pledge was to reinvest Jersey City as a place where families can thrive, businesses flourish, and opportunities exist for everyone. Through thoughtful planning, we've changed the entire city for the better. Central to these efforts is housing construction. It's a key factor in fighting the state's affordability crisis. While New York City falls short on housing, Jersey City here is punching far above its weight. We've built 275% more housing per capita than New York City over the last year. Think about that. We outbuilt the majority of the boroughs of New York City. And I want to repeat that so you understand what those numbers look like. 275% more housing per capita than New York City. We are pulling our share. Development in cities around the region has dramatically slowed. However, due to our team's efforts here in Jersey City, the opposite is true. Last year alone, nearly 9,000 affordable and market rate units were approved by planning. Since 2015, we've approved 68,000 residential units. When I told you earlier that we are the economic backbone of New Jersey, I was very serious about that. To improve city services, we made some changes in June of 2023. We migrated the entire system for housing and economic development to a one-stop online platform that also merges all of the applications on the MUA. It's not the most sexy thing that you see every day, but it is difficult and it means a lot to the city operations. It's no small achievement. It modernizes the city, and we're going to leave our permitting process in a much better place for the next mayor. So from construction permits to building licenses and everything in between, in just 18 months, we've processed 50,000 applications, 47,000 inspections have been done, and that all totals more than $43 million in this more efficient system. It's working, and we are very proud of that. But we don't just want growth for growth's sake. Our approach has really emphasized smart development that is sustainable and serves the people who live and work here. Our strategy has worked. Families are staying, businesses are investing, and people are building long-term lives here. Despite the strict requirements that the council put in place with our administration to mandate developers to create more affordable housing, like the first and most successful inclusionary zoning and the affordable housing overlay zone, our commitment to affordability has steered us in a much more positive direction. Since establishing under our administration the Division of Affordable Housing in 2019, we've approved more affordable units than ever before. And as we increase the supply of affordable housing, we also must make it easier and more accessible to those that need it most. In July of last year, we changed how our most vulnerable residents can find affordable housing with the launch of the Consolidated Affordable Housing Portal. Over 2,900 applications for affordable housing were processed through the portal in just the first 6 months. It's a big accomplishment. Also, projects like Bayfront are redefining urban development. The transformation of that vacant 100-acre site will provide the most affordable housing of any private mixed-income community of its size in the country, and it will transform the entire west side of Jersey City. Who would have thought that Jersey City would have been able to achieve this? When we arrived, the city didn't even own that property, and it was only slated on the zoning for 5 to 10% affordable housing. But thanks to the partnership with the City Council, we secured ownership and increased that affordability requirement to 35%. It's an increase of 2,000 units that will benefit generations to come that live in Jersey City. For the last 3 years, we've been working tirelessly on the infrastructure there. And after years of work, we are scheduled to break ground on the first building this spring. It is a huge milestone for Jersey City. I want to pivot for a second, and I want to talk a little bit about public safety next. It's another critical area where we've really transformed the city. We know that a true renaissance is more than just about growth. It's about ensuring that every resident feels secure and supported. A safer Jersey City is a stronger Jersey City, and that's why we've made public safety a top priority for our administration. When I first took office, violent crime was double the state average. If you had told me then that we would reduce the number of homicides by 75%, I'm not sure I would have believed a crime decrease of that magnitude was even possible. If you had said we'd achieve an entire summer with 0 homicides, I'd be hopeful, of course, but I'm not sure that I would have believed you. In my first full year in office, Jersey City had 24 homicides here. 1 decade later, we reduced the number of total homicides to 7 in all of last year, reaching single digits for the first time since records have been kept. Now, it's not lost on me that progress is fragile, as just last night, we lost 3 people in a terrible domestic violence tragedy. I do want to take this opportunity to extend my sincere condolences to the victims' loved ones, and I'm going to ask just to take a moment and for you to rise just for a moment of silence for their families. Thank you. Please be seated. While even 1 homicide is too many, this progress means that countless lives have been saved and families have been kept intact. These reductions on the homicide front are also a sign of a broader decline in crime we've consistently achieved year over year. And it's a testament to our improved policing strategies, our crime prevention technologies that we've invested in, and our community engagement. We've made an unprecedented investment in public safety, and it shows. As an administration, we've promoted and hired more police officers than any administration in Jersey City's history. And importantly, of the over 800 officers that we've hired, 3 out of every 4 are minorities. And I know we're in a federal administration era that criticizes a focus on diversity, but having a police department that reflects the diversity of the community it serves builds trust and inspires young children that they too can serve as a police officer. It makes a big difference, and you should all be very proud of that. Training. Training is a big part of readiness for our police officers. in pursuit of an even greater impact, we opened the doors to the much-anticipated Public Safety De-Escalation and Training Center last September. That building has the most advanced technology to train and prepare our officers for whatever may come their way. Training is essential to public safety, and no other city in New Jersey is investing more in training or doing it better than Jersey City. Sometimes people tell me that the crime decreases are from people being displaced, and I push back on that narrative. Last year, our officers recovered 240 illegal guns off our streets. It was actually an uptick from previous years, which tells us that the danger is still very, very real on our streets. It also underscores how the proactive approach to fighting crime is really making a difference. Part of our crime-fighting strategy means significant investments in technology that have proved absolutely invaluable. When I was first elected in 2013, we inherited a camera system that didn't work. And we've since built it into a robust network with nearly 5,000 CCTV cameras targeting crime hotspots throughout Jersey City. And as a result, we found the cameras work to not only significantly reduce and deter crime, but also to identify, to arrest, and to prosecute more of our worst criminals. So from implementing body cameras to our police officers, to the CCTV cameras citywide, we're creating accountability with technology. We have built the necessary infrastructure here, and it is working. I want to take this opportunity in my last State of the City address. I want to ask our public safety leadership team to please stand so that I can thank you publicly. Director Jim Shea, Police Director Tawana Moody, Police Chief Bobby Kearns, and Greg Kearse. Thank you. But the term public safety, it's a big umbrella. And it truthfully isn't just the men and women in uniform. It's really about community partnerships, and it's about the judicial process. Case in point, our highly successful community court. It is one of only 2 like it in the state of New Jersey practicing restorative justice to reduce crime and recidivism. Of the 1,300 participants we've helped in the past 6 years, 84% successfully completed the program, and only 4% have been rearrested. I want you to compare that to the national average of 70%. We've also grown the program to add a community outreach team, so to increase access to these services to people that need them most, including the victims. So with that, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our esteemed municipal judges for their unwavering commitment to upholding justice. And I'm going to ask our 12 municipal judges to please stand. Thank you. From start to finish, our all-encompassing approach to improving public safety has been a game changer, and it makes a real difference in actually saving lives here in Jersey City. Beyond the courts and police, I often overlook mentioning the fire department in these State of the City speeches and giving them the credit they deserve. I mostly do that because I assume everyone already knows how exceptional they are, and to be honest, I probably shouldn't assume that. So I'm going to take a moment to turn the spotlight onto them for a second. We've changed the department significantly. We now require emergency medical responder training for every Jersey City firefighter so that they can provide vital care in severe situations where every second counts. The Jersey City Fire Department responded to 20,000 emergency calls for service last year. That's a 50% increase in recent years. Just this month, the fire department has been deployed to 1,500 incidents, including 18 large working fires within buildings. Our fire department continues to set the standard for excellence in community safety, and let's please recognize them. Over the past year, we've made promotions in every rank to ensure strong leadership and expertise at every level of the fire service. We have 2 brand new pumpers and 3 state-of-the-art fire trucks on order to be delivered soon. It's important to equip the firefighters with the tools they need to protect our community. With 24 new firefighters joining the line, our department is growing stronger and more capable than ever before. Our fire department is regarded as the best in the state of New Jersey, not only because it's the largest municipal fire department, but it's based on how other departments reference them. When we provide mutual aid, just ask any other department or mayor what happens when the Jersey City Fire Department arrives on the scene. They take control and they demonstrate truly what Jersey City is about. And I want to ask specifically Chief Jack Johnson to stand on behalf of the 700 firefighters. It's my final State of the City, so I take the liberty to say thank you to everybody. So what's on deck for our fire department? In March, the fire department will begin shipboard training in response to last year's devastating Newark port fire. We're also expanding our high-rise unit with a second high-rise fire pumper so that we can improve coverage for Journal Square and other areas of our growing city. These initiatives underscore our steadfast commitment to innovation, to readiness, and the safety of every Jersey City resident and, of course, every firefighter. In my final State of the City, I just want to say thank you to those 700 firefighters and that I appreciate you. You really epitomize the grit, the tenacity, and dedication that make Jersey City special, and I want to say thank you. Speaking of public safety, did you know that traffic-related fatalities are the leading cause of death in New Jersey? It's true. Last year, traffic deaths statewide increased by 14%, and pedestrian fatalities rose 32% from the previous year. At the same time, here in Jersey City, we reduced the number of fatal crashes on city streets from already huge progress of 5 down to 2 all of last year, in addition to huge reductions in serious injuries. So you may wonder, how is Jersey City defying the odds from the rest of the state? This is where smart leadership comes in from our Department of Infrastructure with Director Barker Patel and her team paving the way. And I'm going to ask them to please stand and be recognized before I talk about them. Where are you, Barker? Thank you. Thank you. We were the first in New Jersey to adopt and achieve Vision Zero. As one of the busiest transit hubs in the nation, we have doubled down on safety countermeasures, and the city is safer for it. To date, we've installed nearly 760 speed bumps, 1,400 intersection upgrades, and over 23 miles of protected bike lanes. And as a result of those efforts, we reached 0 traffic deaths on city roadways in 2022. Being the first isn't always easy. It takes leadership, it takes commitment, and it takes drive. Today, our record of success is being replicated in other places. In the last 3 months, both the County of Hudson and the State of New Jersey both said they will adopt Vision Zero, similar to Jersey City, something that we did back in 2019. Our foresight and commitment to making the tougher choices gave us a 6-year advantage, and our community is benefiting as we've made Jersey City a national leader in building safer streets for everyone. Safe and reliable transportation is a main pillar of a healthy city. So from the success of VIA and robust bike lane infrastructure to safety upgrades and improved ferry access, we've created affordable and sustainable transportation options to fill the gaps where the state of New Jersey is falling down. Gone are the days of a one-size-fits-all car approach. As I promised from the start of my administration, we are creating safer streets and expanding connectivity for all of our residents. In 2020, we launched VIA, which happened to be at the height of the pandemic and the worst time to launch a program like this. If you remember, the world shut down and everything came to a screeching halt. Despite the timing, VIA Jersey City is now one of the most successful microtransit systems in the world. We've done 2.5 million rides to date. At that initial press conference 4 years ago, who would have thought we would see this level of success? 2.5 million rides. 80% of the riders are minorities. 60% are low-income riders. The bottom line is, we launched this city-run system at a terrible time, and yet, because of Jersey City's resilience, it has been a huge success. Better transportation leads to a better quality of life, and improving quality of life across our community is at the heart of everything that we do. A healthier Jersey City means services for seniors, veterans, the homeless, and everyone in between. We are expanding compassionate care for residents of all ages and needs. In 2024, the Health Department distributed over 250,000 meals through programs like Meals on Wheels. We provided 6,000 rides to seniors. We assisted over 1,000 people through the Immigrant Affairs Division. We increased participation in WIC, Women, Infant, and Children's Services, by 12% to serve more than 8,000 participants. I want you to think about how large those numbers are, because most people in our city don't realize the breadth of work that our health department does for its residents every day. I'm going to say those numbers again because they're huge. In 2024, the health department distributed over 250,000 meals. They provided 6,000 rides to seniors that needed it, assisted over 1,000 people with their immigration status, increased WIC participants 12% to serve more than 8,000 participants. And you know what? As if they didn't have enough work, when Liberty Humane struggled with animal care, Jersey City stepped in. Since establishing the Division of Animal Care and Control last year, we've helped over 1,000 pets through adoption, fostering, and reunification with owners. Our new city-run shelter ensures humane treatment and enforcement with 24/7 operation, on-site dog licensing, spay and neuter programs are there, better public access now, and of course, a very robust and large volunteer program. We've also pushed new programs like Vets with Pets that connects veterans to shelter animals. It may seem like a small thing, but it has a huge impact on that veteran as well as the adopted animal. As a Marine Corps veteran myself, I am particularly proud of our Veteran Affairs Division. We established it in 2018, and since then, we've increased veteran services by 540%. How? Launching weekly programs like Vital to support mental health issues and wellness. No other city is doing what Jersey City is doing, and you should be proud. It's a lot of work for sure, but we're pushing new limits and new heights. In 2024, we opened the first new senior center in 40 years here in Jersey City. On the building's first floor, we included an easily accessible food pantry and a vertical farm to offer free nutritious food for those in need. This marks our 12th vertical farm with locations in every corner of our city, including 6 public schools. It's all part of our initiative to promote healthy living and healthy eating. Again, people don't realize the work that our health department is doing, because when I took office in 2013, it was a very different place. It was generally regarded as a secondary tier type of department. Today, it is front and center. And that's really thanks to Director Stacy Flanagan and your entire team. I'm going to ask you to please stand. Thank you. That new senior center on Central Avenue serves as a one-stop human services hub with veteran services, senior services, and immigrant affairs services. So if you remember, many of us had the privilege here of working alongside the late Ward D Councilman Michael Young, who we lost too soon during the pandemic. He was an advocate for our immigrant community, for our veteran community, and our senior community. So I want to welcome his wife, Mrs. Young, who's in our audience here tonight. As I as I announced that we're going to put it before the City Council to name the new senior center in his honor, the Michael Yun Human Services Center. This community center marks the latest milestone in our ongoing effort to establish more accessible and convenient one-stop shops throughout Jersey City. We started at the City Hall Annex on MLK Drive. I laid out my vision for a City Hall Annex in my second State of the City speech. As the largest public investment in decades that we were going to make, the project, I said, would bring together city services that were scattered throughout the city into one integrated location. We plan to put the campus in an area to create jobs and drive much-needed investment into the heart of the city, Bergen-Lafayette. Politically, if you remember, it was hard to get that done. There was lots of pushback at council meetings, and it was difficult. Some people couldn't see the vision, but look at the difference today. I am incredibly proud of that, and you should be as well. All 4 buildings have been completed and are now fully operational. These public-facing offices are now staffed with hundreds of city employees, bringing centralized services all in one place of an area of the city that needs it. As we continue to envision the potential of that area of the city, in October, we added the Economic Development Corporation with a brand new city-run small business incubator and workspace. This helps entrepreneurs and businesses grow and thrive with a particular focus on the south side of the city. We set out on a mission in 2013. And we brought change to every part of the city. This City Hall Annex is just one example of that transformation. From Bergen-Lafayette to Journal Square, we are reviving these once flourishing economic hubs. We set out to restore Journal Square as the heartbeat of our city. 6 months into my tenure, we laid the foundation of securing the 3-tower project called Journal Square. Today, it is a prominent feature of our skyline and a testament to Jersey City's greatness. Every single time I drive on the Turnpike extension and I see the broader view of all we've accomplished in Journal Square, I take immense pride, and I hope you do too. None of that existed 12 years ago, and today it is so impressive for the state to see. Journal Square is a special place. And we set there the framework for the next mayor to continue with culture, arts, restaurants, and parks. The politics to achieve all of this has been very difficult. And the credit there goes to the department leadership coming together to drive that progress. I want to acknowledge them. Director Anicia Cialoni, Tanya Marione, Matt Ward, the director, Diana Jeffries, and Christine Goodman. If you could please stand. Journal Square symbolizes our administration's resilience and commitment to progress. We've remained steadfast in creating opportunities for all, including residents, artists, students, and businesses. With initiatives like the Arts and Culture Trust Fund, which we were the first to do in the state of New Jersey, our forward-thinking investments are redefining Jersey City as a regional destination. As Journal Square experiences a modern renaissance, we are adamant about prioritizing the community's needs above everything else. In 2024, we announced plans to bring a 3-acre park to the growing Journal Square neighborhood, which currently actually has no open space. Similarly, Bergen Square, one of the oldest town squares in America, was completed last year, transforming a surface parking lot into a vibrant pedestrian plaza that also honors its history while creating a new community space. We, as a city, have made historic investments in parks and open space across the entire city. Bethune Park, Berry Lane Park, Coles Park, Triangle Park, all brand new parks that our administration constructed. And that is beyond the dozens of park improvements projects that have happened citywide. None of that could have been accomplished without our partner, the Parks Coalition, who are here tonight, and I do want to recognize if they could please stand. Thank you. And I'm going to give you one more. After 30 years of inaction, we revived the historic Reservoir 3 in the Heights. The 14-acre site sat empty for decades, but today, it is now arguably the most unique and special municipal park in all of Jersey City. Now, holding the keys to our city's future is our youth. That's why we successfully expanded the Department of Recreation to include youth development, aligning with our mission for more physical and emotional growth with a wider range of activities. As a result, we had 115,000 children participate last year across all of our programs. And we also introduced a wide range of new opportunities, such as pickleball, rugby, cricket, cheerleading, breakdancing, esports, volleyball, more special needs programs. You get the idea of what I'm driving at. I want to pause here and thank former Director Lucinda McLaughlin and the Acting Director Keith Donnet for leading the department and what they're doing. We're doing a lot here, and it shows. One thing that is a priority in our house for Jacqueline and I is making sure that we teach our kids how to swim, and we talk about it for safety reasons. Last year, we started 130 swim programs, providing lessons to 2,600 young residents throughout Jersey City. I view it as that just as important for my family to learn how to swim for safety reasons as it is for your family to learn how to swim for safety reasons and have access. I want to make sure that we offer the same opportunities to everyone across the city, and that's why we're doing that. It's a good example of how becoming a dad has opened my eyes to other challenges and really made me, I think, a better mayor. Expanding opportunities in education is another example of that. Last September, we opened the new Communipol Library branch to bridge the gap in education and technology. The new library goes way beyond books, focused really on STEM learning. Similarly, schools are essential in educating the next generation. We know that government resources alone aren't enough, so we had to get creative. Putting the community first, we leveraged our development tools to also build much-needed schools at no cost to the taxpayer. As a result, our administration has helped create 5 new schools, adding 3,000 new seats for Jersey City students to alleviate that overcrowding. We did this without any help from the state. No other city in New Jersey comes close to matching that. Jersey City is a beacon of opportunity, and today, that legacy is really brighter than ever. After 12 years of hard work, we've delivered on our promises, and we've achieved real results. As a child, my father would always tell me to leave things at least as good as the way you found it, if not better. And I'm proud that without a doubt, after 12 years of hard work, we are leaving the city stronger than ever before on every single metric. I want to say thank you for being part of this incredible chapter in Jersey City's history. Together, we've proven that with honesty, competence, and unity, we can really overcome any challenge. While this may be my final State of the City address and my last year serving as mayor of the best city in the country, I have full confidence it will be our best year yet. Thank you, Jersey City, for allowing me the honor of serving as your mayor. The journey has been extraordinary, and the future of this city is very bright. Let's keep making good on the promises together. And with that, God bless Jersey City. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I will leave my remarks brief as the mayor has outlined what we've done over the last 12 years and how under his leadership we've worked together for the city. We've made history for Jersey City through the partnerships with the community and with all of you in the room. I want to thank Mayor Fulp for his leadership and commitment to making Jersey City a better place for everyone. This is likely the last time we'll all be together in the same room, as an administration. So we want to celebrate that with all the hard work we've done together to set the stage for Jersey City today and our city's future. Thank you, Mayor Fulop, for your leadership. Thank you to my colleagues for your hard work. And most importantly, thank you to the people of Jersey City for allowing us to serve. It has truly been an honor, and together we've made a lasting impact on the community. Thank you all for coming.